Hello, my name is Autumn Embers and today I am making Lockwood Manor. So I built this quite some time ago when I wasn't really feeling myself and I just wanted to build something big, grand and fancy and something on the bit of the spooky Halloween side because spooky, Halloween, supernatural, they're all things that make me happy because I'm a bit of a weirdo like that. And so I built this. And also at the time I was also building quite a few and actually quite a lot of tiny micro small homes because around that time I accidentally bought the tiny living stuff pack with my sister's money, and I was building quite a lot of tiny small micro homes. And I think for a stuff pack, I think for a stuff pack it actually provides you with a lot of things because there are a lot of items in there, which is pretty good and dandy. Also it gives you kind of a bit more gameplay. I haven't really played with the tiny living stuff pack. I've only really built with it, and I can definitely say they do give you a lot of building opportunities and challenges because there is like a challenge to see how many Sims you can pack into a micro home and be like a really evil person and see how many you can pack in. You get to do like the 12k impossible challenge and stuff like that. So there's lots of things you can do with this stuff pack, which I think is great. But I was building a lot at the time and I was just having this feeling of wanting to build something big, grand and fancy, and so I built this. I showed a work in progress picture onto Discord, the Simmer group chat on Discord. I will put it in the link in the description box below if you have heard of it or this is the first time of hearing of it. I will put it in the link in the description box below, but I took a work in progress picture to show people what I'm doing because I'm not very active on Discord or on Twitter just because I don't really have very much interesting things to say, so I don't say them. But I showed a picture of it on Discord. Some people took some interest in that. Went, oh, it looks really pretty. I went, thanks. There's nothing on it. And Miranda Sims took some interest and said, oh, that looks cool. It could be quite a good thing for a project that I'm working on. I went, oh, that's cool. Oh, that's nice. And so she also mentioned that there would be vampires involved, so I made sure if she was still interested by the end of this, I made sure I put in some like coffins into this build. The first coffin room is a bit like, oh, it's a secret, where is it? Because I hid it behind those bookcase doors because it looks like a bookcase but it's actually a door, so I hid it behind that. But then with the second coffin room, it's just at the top of the build and I didn't really hide it, and it was just like okay, why did I hide the first one when I didn't bother to hide the second one? So it's better. Oh, okay. So I could have put the exact same door there. Oh my god, I just gave myself a heart attack. Oh my lordy baldy. Right, I just gave myself because I have it's hard to describe, but it's like a small bag. It's like a decorative bag. Oh, it's like a decorative bag that I have. It's just sort of like see-through meshy stuff, and it's got like gold roses on it, and it's just sort of like dangling off of my dressing table because I like to do these voiceover while I do my makeup because my room is quite small and so there's not much space to do these voiceovers, so I'd kind of use my dressing table as a voiceover table. And the reason why I just scared the living daylights of me because it was swinging. And for a second there, I thought something was moving. I thought like an animal in my room. It gave me heebie-jeebies. And also the reason why because that kind of reminds me of like a story that I had that was like supernatural-esque and spooky. the reason why it's making a funny noise, the bag, because I stuffed some sellotape balls into it to make it more puffy and look like it was something inside of it. But since it's kind of clear and see-through, I don't want to stick actual stuff in it, so I just stuck some sellotape balls in there. Anyway, the reason why I went ooh, because it, like I said, it reminds me of like a spooky supernatural story. Because it was swinging. I don't understand why it was swinging. Because, right, the story for the bag, not the story of the swinging, but the scare the heebie-jeebies out of me. The story for the bag is that it was on a Friday because we were going to food shopping and my mum was upstairs quickly, brushing her hair, recurring it because it went flat, and I was just here in my room quickly doing a voiceover for, I think it was the Black Widow challenge, and it was the cast video where I was making a Scarlet, the Black Widow, and I was explaining the rules, and so it was a very quick video, and so I knew I could do it very quickly just before we had to pop out to do the food shopping. And so I heard my mum come down before me, and my mum was downstairs. I quickly did the video and the voiceover. I then popped downstairs and we went out. We went out food shopping. My dad was still working, my sister was still working, so nobody was at home. So we come back from shopping, my dad picked us up, and my dad did pop home very quickly just to switch the cars around, so we're not putting our food shopping in his work car, because his work car's kind of dinky and tiny, and he just swapped his cars around. And when I came home, this bag that just gave me the heebie-jeebies with the plastic cellophane or sellotape balls in it, it was no longer hanging on my drawer knob. It was now sitting on my chair. The chair that I'm sitting on right now is sitting. It was sitting on my chair, and there was no possible way for this swinging bag that just gave me heebie-jeebies to be sitting on my chair, because it always sits on the doorknob or the drawer knob, and if it's going to fall off, it's going to go down towards the ground, because that's how gravity works. And since I was in a rush, my chair was slightly ajar and away from my desk. I do have carpet, so I have to physically lift the chair up, because carpet and chair don't work together. And so there is no possible way for this weird bag to be sitting on my chair. Now you're probably thinking, well, your dad could have just been playing a prank on you. No. My dad hardly ever goes into my room, and if he's trying to talk to me and I'm in my room, he'll just hover around the outside of the door frame. He never comes into my room, and I don't think my dad knows I have this thing dangling on my doorknob, or I don't know, chest of drawer, I don't know what it is. But Dad doesn't know it's here, so why would he do that? My sister was still at work at this time, and somehow it was placed on my chair, on the chair that I'm sitting on. It freaked me out, which is why it kind of freaked me out this then, because it's swinging. It should not be swinging. I'm not moving in this seat. It's just a normal chair from IKEA. Kind of sitting on the Allen key that's ruining the bottom of this chair, but it's fine. I've got a cushion, so I can't say it. So it shouldn't be swinging, and there's no draft in this room. I know my house is very drafty, especially in the dining room. It's very drafty. Got lots of holes in our dining room. Holes that's supposed to be there, but because they're sort of like air vents, they don't really do much. They just leak cold air into our cold house. So yeah, that's why it freaked me out. Also, I thought it was something else, like I said, an animal. Like, I don't have any pets. I'm allergic to fur. I love to have pets. I love animals, and no offense, humans are great. I just don't understand them. I'm a bit socially awkward. It's all a bit weird. Everybody else just thinks I'm weird. When I was at school, people thought I was weird and scary, which was great. It upset me when I accidentally found it out, because I just stood next to someone, and that someone that I was standing next to just moved away, and someone else noticed that and gave him like a weird, like, what the hell are you doing? And they help like, what? She's weird and scary. Well, that was rude. I couldn't wait to go to maths. So yeah, that happened. Also, another thing, since I'm talking about weird, spooky things now, I used to have a telly in my room. I don't anymore because of this reason, and also I don't really watch telly in my room, and now I just watch YouTube in my room, and also I go to bed late, and also sometimes I just want to go to bed. Again, I went out for the day. I don't know what I was doing, but I remember I went out because I was wearing my boots, because I remember being taller than I am now. And so I just went upstairs. It was during the evening. Most of us, well, no, scrap that. All of us were downstairs in our own individual space, doing our own thing. And so I think I went upstairs for something, but I don't remember what, because all I remember, I came up the stairs and I opened up my door, and my telly, which was in the corner of my room, by my window, it was turning itself on and off. Now, I don't mind if an object it's turning itself off and on. That's fine. When it's turning itself on, when it is off, because I turned it off, when it's turning itself on, that's creepy, especially during the night, because this happened several times. So that happened on that occasion when I was just popping upstairs. That was the first time I noticed it, and I did check that the on button wasn't clipped underneath the casing, because that sometimes can do it. If it's just like underneath, that can repeatedly turn your TV on and off. So I checked that wasn't the case, so I just quickly turned it off by the plug and left it, and I turned it back on and it was fine. The other occasion that I did it, and this bit doesn't make sense to me, I was asleep, okay? I was watching telly before I went to bed. I know you shouldn't do that, but I think everybody does it. And I just turned it off. I have two fitted wardrobes to the either side of me, because I used to share this room with my sister, and so I just put the clipper right next to me, which is the wardrobe, and I just put it there, and so I went to sleep. I woke up because my telly was turning itself on and off when I turned it off, because it kept making the on sound, and it sounded like it had like a disc inside of it, but it didn't, so it's making that kind of noise, and it woke me up, and I thought, oh my goldy, I turned you off, and now you're turning yourself on and off. And so it creeped me out. I looked it up. Some people were saying it can do it because of signalling problems, but the TV they were talking about was a Samsung TV, not this TV. This is a very cheap TV from Tesco's. It's not a Samsung TV. And it's like, okay, that's not the case. And by the way, it's right in the corner, like I said, by the window. It's an outside aerial. It's the same aerial that I have for another TV that I don't use, but around Christmas time, Virgin Media made a stupid mistake and ripped out some fibre optics. I think some builders ripped up some fibre optics, and so I got really bored, and so I was like, oh, I have a really small telly in my room, let's plug it in, and it worked perfectly fine, and like I said, it's on the corner by the window. It's the nearest place it can get to the outside wall, and my mum and dad were my mum and dad had a telly in the room, but it wasn't working. Didn't think it helped that my mum accidentally washed the remote control in because it was kept up in the bed, and so they put my on and off telly upstairs. And guess what? It's working like a normal telly. It's not turning itself on and off. It's not doing anything strange. It's just a normal telly now. So why wasn't it doing it in my room? I don't understand. So yeah. Sorry, I don't know if it's me, I'm being paranoid, or I've just spent too long in this house because it's an old house, it makes strange noises, it sort of like settles itself, there's strange noises at the front of the house because it's a busy road, so it's like nutters at night, at the back of the house, because sometimes foxes, they make so strange noises, the foxes. And next door neighbours, thin walls, we can hear everything. The one side is very noisy, plug people, you can hear them plugging in and out the plugs. So why are you so noisy putting the plugs? So yeah, so very weird noises. I don't know. I do believe there's got to be something else out there. This can't be just this. And you gotta admit, sometimes there will be something in the corner of your eye that you see very quickly. You'll just rationalise it, say, oh, I'm just a bit tired. Oh, I haven't had something to eat. It must be my low blood sugar levels or something like that. Or you smell something that you can't make sense of, and it's got to be something else out there, because that was strange, and that was strange, and that swingy thing, that was strange. Anyway, talking about the build, because I know some people find it very annoying when people doing voiceover don't really talk about the build, but this build just went up, okay? It just went. There is not really much to talk about the build, because sometimes when you build houses or like stuff in the Sims, sometimes nothing really happens, nothing glitches out, nothing goes missing, it just goes up handy dandy like. Did have a problem with the garden. I don't show you the garden because I have absolutely no idea what I was doing. So to start off with, I knew that I wanted the land to come up to the house instead of having like a little porch area or like a little bit of decking at the front of the house. So at the moment it is a flat lot, but I do bring the land up so it's matching the height of the house. So with that in mind, I knew the terrain had to work in with that. So the garden had to work in with the terrain. So at the beginning, I started off with 2 ponds on either side of the front of the house, so it's kind of symmetrical like, and one of the ponds I accidentally made into like a bat, kind of looked like a bit of a bat pond. It's like, oh, this is cool, I like it. So I tried to replicate it on the other side. Didn't go too well, and then I just had enough time to replicate this bat pond that I accidentally made on the right side and couldn't do it on the left side. And I just said to myself, okay, this is ridiculous. What are you doing? This looks stupid. No. So I got rid of it. I then looked up onto Pinterest to see what manors, other manor houses in the real life look like in the front garden area. Noticed that manors in real life don't really have a front garden. They more like have like a driveway with perhaps something in the middle, so it's a bit like a roundabout, then through bushes, but not much of a really built up front garden. And I was like, oh, okay, I kind of got that because I am building this on the the Von Hunt estate. But then I remembered, hang on, not everybody would want to get rid of that lot because, I don't know, it's a handy dandy lot. It's quite nice to have a wedding there, and you can't set this as a residential if you set it on this lot. So I thought, okay, people might not want to put it on this lot for those reasons. So I decided to go with that idea of like a gravel driveway. We don't have vehicles in the game that our Sims could use, so I just went for like a patioed round walkway for your Sims to walk on with. And I was fountain in the middle, so it still kind of acts as like a roundabout. And I just put some very nice flowers and bushes. The flowers that I used were the square ones that you see in the flower catalogue. It's like the very first section of the flower catalogue that you may sort of like miss because they're quite flat looking, but I put that there because you don't want to like, oh, showy, you don't want like a showy flower, because you want the to be on the build and not on the flowers. So I did that. the outside of the build, the back garden, which most people will call it, kind of does the same thing. So when you go outside, I do have pictures of it. They're in the dark, so you may not know what's going on. So when you go outside, you are greeted with a dining table, and then you have a swimming pool, and then you have the barbecue area. Then it branches off to the left, some steps down along the path, and then you've got like a hill mount area where I put down the 20th anniversary, which was the hot tub. I think it's quite nice there. And then we go up some more and then we go down the hill, so you're on the path again, and then you go up the stairs, and then you see my favourite object for gardening, which is the magical wishing well. So we have that there. So then you go back to the swimming pool area, which is like the middle part of the garden. So then it branches off to the right there. You go down some steps along a pathway, then it goes up again to some swing bars, what's it called, jungle bars, you know those monkey bars. You see those monkey bars. I did play test this house, but my play testing sim, she doesn't have a kid with her, so I did make sure she can get up there, but I couldn't make her test the monkey bars because she's not a kid. So I'm not entirely sure if the monkey bars work. If they don't, either hold down the Alt key when you're building and try to shuffle it about a little bit. Delete some plants that could work, or just take it away altogether. I hope it does work because it looks very nice. It's quite nice view from the kitchen because you can see it from the kitchen. It's quite nice. Love this room. Never used this wallpaper from the vampire stuff pack, game pack. It's a game pack, it's one of the blue ones. Never really used it, and if I have used it, it's mainly in the dark colours, not so much in the blue swatch. I really like it. I am going to do the Victorian house for my Houses Through the Ages series soon, and I might nick this colour scheme for that because I think it's very Victorian-esque and I quite like it. So I might do that. Really love it. Now, hang on, there's one bedroom for the vampire, then we had the dark bedroom with the gold and red, then we have the blue bedroom that we just saw, then we have this bedroom that I'm working on. It does get better. It does go into more of like a dusty pink look to it, and then we have another vampire bedroom, which I didn't hide at all, unlike the first one, because I hid it behind some bookcases. Then we have another bedroom, a bit more of a teens bedroom. I think that the blue one, it could be a teens bedroom, but I'm thinking more like a kid's bedroom. So we have a dark navy blue bedroom. I think it's more of a teenager's bedroom. And so hang on. Vampire, dark, blue, dusty, vampire, navy blue, so that's 6, and then we have the study room. So yeah, we've got about 6 bedrooms in here if I count that right. Love this rug. I think I first discovered this rug when I was doing the what came first, the Wizard's Lair or the Vampire Man. I think it was the Wizard's Lair. When I discovered that rug, I just love it. Have to say the first swatch for that rug isn't the nicest, and that's probably why I skipped through it for so long. But it's a rather nice rug, and it has some nice swatches. It sort of like has very grand swatches with those round rugs that I was using, and then it has sort of like a 70s vibe to it, so it's quite versatile rug. So here I'm just doing the second vampire room, made it a bit more tired, old looking. I used that painting from the Spooky Stuff pack because I like the fact that it changes from like a very normal painting to to very sort of like creepy, spooky painting. I absolutely love this. I think it's navy blue. Oh no, it's black. In my head it's navy blue. So I absolutely love this brush so much because I did choose a a rug that I don't particularly use that much, because I knew for this bedroom, because it's black, it has to have some pop of colour in here. So I used a rug that I don't think I've ever used really, and I think it's really, really nice, really brings the room together, and I think it's from City Living. It's one of those rugs where it has lots of swatches, and all the swatches are different. There's sort of like different rugs in that sort of like swatch. And so I do get rid of this rug at the moment. At the moment it is the what's the fancy pack? Fancy, you got your butlers. Fancy pack, vintage glamour. It was from the vintage glamour pack. So this is the rug I was talking about. Just putting some lights in, very nice. Didn't really have, like I said, many problems. I think the most problematic was the garden and the screenshots, because you're high up. Your camera doesn't like it to be high up, and so it flies around like some sort of nut. It's like, whoa, I just want to take a screenshot, and us screenshot showing you the study, trying to get most of it in, and it doesn't like it. So you have to zoom right out, and it looks so distorted and weird. And so I think that was the most hardest and difficult thing. So this video is coming to an end soon. It's got 10 seconds, so thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I hope you have a nice day, and thank you and goodbye.